What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chaotic Minds. As always, it's Winged.
And the midget.
And we had a very interesting graduation weekend for the
Our
boy
son.
child.
Yeah.
So
We
for those of you-
survived the week with my mom.
There's that. For those of you who don't know, we took off last week because our son, one of our children, was graduating. Our middle child was graduating.
2 down, 1 to go.
Yep. And so we wanted to make sure that we spent time with him and, focused our weekend with him and your mother. I worked because I am not an idiot. But yeah, it was an eventful
I got
time
to
period.
spend some time with my mom and talk to her
And
about
Winged almost
shit.
went to jail.
No, I was closer to going to jail than you were.
So you think.
Oh no, if it wasn't for the fact that I saw the cop out of the corner of my eye and went to the cop to ask him to escort him out and tell him what my douchebag brother was pulling, then yes, I would have gone to jail.
You wouldn't have had to. Anyways, but yeah, so we're back with another episode of Chaotic Minds.
Yes.
And I have to get something off my chest here.
Uh-oh.
And it's something that's been like tickling the back of my head. And I just want to know what your opinion. I'm going to name off a couple of mine, and I want you to either agree or name off a couple of yours. And when I say you agree, like you're like, yeah, this is one of mine too, or
Okay.
like talk to me about it, or name off one that's one that's similar to mine. Yeah, it's
kind of a little bit
adjacent,
different. Yeah.
right?
Okay. What is the subject behind?
Pet fucking peeves.
Yes.
I have some weird ones. I have some normal ones. And I even have some that are specific to home, and I have some specific to work.
And I have some specific to the general public.
That too. And we are going to start with, I guess, something that's a little more, a list that's going to be a little more shorter, for me at least, and that's general public. I
Don't.
hate it when people get too close to me, like they invade my bubble. Like, I'm a big guy. I jokingly make, the
Gravitational
comment.
pull comments.
Well, I make that, or I have a 25-mile square radius bubble. Don't everybody's in my bubble. That kind of stuff. But in all actuality, like, I like talking with people, I like hanging out with people. That kind of stuff. But when there is somebody who's like
up in your grill, so to speak,
shoulder to shoulder with me, and I don't know who you are, like, why are you touching me? Like, don't, go away, shoo, back up a little bit, take a step. And I typically, like, I'll lean, like, I'll shift my weight to the other foot to kind of just, like, do that slight lean to get some space. And then they'll shift more toward me again. It's like,
yeah, I agree with that.
no.
Keep away from
Go
me.
away, get away.
Ew.
Go away. Stop.
COVID
touching me.
space. We need COVID space.
Yeah. I
think that was the best part about when COVID was like really rampant. The 6 foot.
yeah, like stay,
spacing.
you know what? Make it 10 feet. Nice round number. 10 feet away.
Actually, make it more like 15 because that's as far as the a spit bubble can travel if you're talking, and if you sneeze or cough. So yeah,
You know what?
15 feet.
Make it 20. Just be on the safe side.
You know what? As a matter of fact, don't be in the same place as me.
Get out of the building. Go down the street.
I'm the
Wait
only
for
one
me to
allowed in
leave.
the grocery store right now. Leave me the fuck alone. Especially those who like have that obnoxious cologne or perfume on or
Well,
too much.
you're allergic to patchouli.
Yeah.
Like, somebody comes around you with patchouli, you start breaking out, and it's just like,
Or start having chest pain because I'm having trouble breathing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, stay the fuck away from me if you're going to be rolling around in Nevada patchouli. Sorry. Not sorry.
I agree with you on that one.
Patchouli was
would that-
originally around to cover the scent of dead bodies in the Middle Ages.
So would that be one
yeah.
of yours? Is just people
Yes.
wearing overpowering smells?
Yes. It's called deodorant
It's called a shower.
and a shower. You don't need
Like, granted,
a gallon of cologne on.
I don't shower as often as like my parents would want me to shower when I was younger.
See, I have to shower. I can't shower every day because then my skin gets super dry.
Yeah.
I have to shower like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I'll be perfectly fine.
That's typically what I do.
Granted, I only when I shower 3 times a week, I will only wash my hair once or twice in that week.
You'll get it wet.
Yeah. Like if I'm taking a super long shower, I'll wash my hair and condition my hair, but I'll only do that like twice a week because otherwise my hair gets super dry, my scalp gets super dry. It's just like showering every day. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only I'll say this, when it's super hot and I'm sweating and I'm just gross, or there was a lot going on at work, like I had blood or bodily fluids of various types on me, that type of thing, I'll shower.
I remember a bunch of times when you were working in your respiratory field that you come home and you're just like, huh. And I go to like, hey, honey, and I go to like walk up to you to give you a hug, and you're like, nah.
No, don't
Give
touch
me
me.
about 20 minutes. And you went downstairs, you went to our room, hopped into the shower, and came out, and you were like, huh, I feel human? Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah, because
here's
bodily fluids.
Here's a
Ew.
cold drink. I even grabbed you a straw, and I have sandwiches, because I made dinner.
Yeah, and I mean, it's to a point where, like, I'll wear deodorant every day, and if I notice that if I know or I'm anticipating a very long day, I'll actually wear your deodorant.
Yeah.
Because it seems to last longer.
Well, it does. It's a 72-hour.
Mine's a 72-hour too, but it just doesn't seem like the scent lasts so long.
The reason why mine seems like it lasts longer is because mine's the athletic 72 hours.
Yeah, so movement causes the release.
Correct.
Yeah. Motion sense is what it's called. Okay, what's the next pet peeve?
Another thing, when out in public, I have headphones. Like I have a set of Bluetooth earbuds that you got me.
Yep.
That don't actually sit in my ear. They hover above my ear canals. That way I can continue to have a conversation with someone and still be listening to music or a video I'm watching or be on the phone, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I hate it when people who are out in public are on their Bluetooth and they are obnoxiously loud. Like, I don't want to hear... If I wanted to be a part of your conversation, I would just ask you, hey, what you talking about? What's going on?
See, mine is like that, but it's more of an adjacent thing. If you're out in public, don't have a conversation on your fucking phone on speakerphone. What in the actual fuck is wrong with you?
Yes. I will fucking agree with you on that.
Good Lord.
And what makes it even worse, don't have a conversation.
Especially when they're arguing.
Don't have arguing, or don't have a conversation detailing intimate interactions that you had with someone.
That's
I don't want to
disgusting.
hear about your girlfriend's new boob job.
I don't want to hear how many times you bent her over in the last week. I don't give a shit. That's your business. And whoever you're talking to on the phone's business, because obviously it's important enough for you to talk to them about. Don't be loud and obnoxious on your fucking Bluetooth, and don't have your fucking phone on speakerphone. Be respectful of those around you. Like, seriously, there are kids around.
Oh yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you people?
Like those are some of my big ones. Do you have any
Good
other ones?
Lord. General public, yes. Learn to fucking park.
You're not one to talk.
No, at least I get in the lines.
You can't parallel park.
I can parallel park just fine.
Uh-huh.
I have gotten a lot better than I was before.
You are definitely better than how you were.
Yes.
But you're not Zach. You're not winged level.
Yeah, but at least I am better than I was. I'm improving. But the thing is, like, seriously, you don't need to be parking across 3 or 4 parking spots because of your new Mercedes.
My Mercedes.
Or a big ass truck, one of those big ass trucks in a compact car.
You mean the ones that are? You mean the ones
at graduation
that have the,
sticking halfway out into the fucking lane?
You mean the ones that have like the the oversized wheels, so they have a wider stance, and so like their tires are on both on both
3.
lines.
And they're basically taking 3 spots because by the end of it, you can't fucking park on either side of them.
Yep.
But no, I'm more so talking about those big ass trucks that park in the compact car spots. That not only are they taking up 3 spots, but their ass end is sticking out. Or the cars that don't pull forward in the parking space in a
All the
parking
way.
garage or something, and their ass end is sticking out. It's like, really, you have 3 feet in front of you. You couldn't pull up anymore.
Well, I don't want to hit the wall.
Then fucking pay attention.
Yeah.
Problem solved. God, or people that like jot in and out of fucking lanes, no signal, no regard for anybody else. It's like that Asian chick on Family Guy. I turn left, everybody, good luck.
Oh yeah.
Like, seriously. Either
Yeah, like-
refill your blinker fluid or start taking public transit.
Well, and going along those lines, I just thought of another one. Like those people who are like, I had my turn signal on. That means you have to let me over. No, that just means that you
It's an indication of which direction you're
want to
going.
go in that direction, not that you have a legal right to. And,
Good God.
Sovereign citizens.
Good God, yes. That's a general public pet peeve.
There is no such thing as a sovereign citizen.
Good Lord. Maritime law is for sea only, you fucking moron.
Add into the fact, do you have a birth certificate? Yes. Do you have a social security number? Yes. You have entered a contract with the United States government. Guess what? You must follow their laws.
Yeah, it's like, really, guys?
You know what? Let's
Buy
put it
your
this
own
way.
private island and fucking move there and stay there if you're going to be
Let's put it this
sovereign
way.
citizen.
Let's put it this way. You want to travel and you are a sovereign citizen and all this stuff. Cool. I'm a pirate. Give me your shit.
I think that's what cops should do.
Well, no, like here's the thing that really pisses me off with it.
You're a sovereign citizen? Cool. I identify as a pirate, so I'm taking all of your stuff.
Well, here's the thing that like really gets it's like really annoying with that, right? Is they'll sit there and they're like, "Well, I'm a sovereign citizen. I don't answer to any laws or whatnot." And then God forbid something happen, they're the
Then they
first
call the
people
cops.
that call the police. It's like, "Well, hang on. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You either are a citizen that, you go ahead and you abide by the laws and you get the benefits of the laws, or you're a sovereign citizen, therefore anything can happen to you.
And you can't say nothing.
Yeah.
See, here's the other thing with it, too, is you are a sovereign citizen. You follow your own set of rules, your own set of this, own set of that. That's along the same lines of those people who badmouth our healthcare or our police, but they're the first ones to call the ambulance or the police to get help. Like,
I follow my own.
seriously?
I follow the laws of the land. Cool. You interpret them your way, right? Yes. Awesome. I'm interpreting mine this way. I have the right to punch you in the face anytime I want for however long I want to, and you can't do anything about it.
and if you hear scratching in the background, we do apologize. We have a game changer going on. We have 2 ferrets now.
But like, that's the biggest thing is like they sit there and they're like, well, I obey maritime law and this, that, and the other thing. Well, 2 things with that. 1, you're on land, motherfucker. Maritime
Seriously.
law is when you're out on the ocean. Secondly, maritime law states there is no law. If you're in international waters, it don't fucking matter. Nobody has a right over an ocean. No country has a right over the ocean unless it's close to their coastline. Therefore, anything can happen, right? Awesome.
Isn't it like
Again.
2 miles or 5 miles out?
Something like that.
Something like that.
I'm a pirate. Give me your shit.
Seriously, I seriously think that's the way the cops should react. Oh, you're a sovereign citizen? I'm a pirate, so give me your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
you have a
taking your
badge.
stuff.
You have a badge.
That's just my pirate flag.
Yep. Yar.
Seriously, that'd be freaking hysterical. I would love to see a video of an officer being like pulling over a sovereign citizen and telling him, "Well, I'm a pirate, so I'm taking your stuff.
And here's the other.
My flag is the U.S. government flag."
here's the seriousness of it, right? Driving is not a right. You don't have a right to operate a vehicle, whether it's a personal
Vessel.
vehicle whether it's a commercial vehicle, whether it's anything. You do not have the right to operate it. You
If
have
you
the
actually,
privilege.
and here's how it's written. If you look at the driver's license laws and stuff like that, it says when you go under addendums and things that can happen, things that'll affect your license, stuff like that, it doesn't say driver's license. It says driver's privilege.
Yeah.
Driving privileges.
Like, you can feel free to travel. You can travel all you want. And horseback, on foot, shit, you can grab a Razor scooter and scoot your way across wherever you want to go.
But guess what? There's still
However,
laws.
If you
with
are
those.
operating a vehicle on a public road, that public road is governed by the state that it's in, because that's how they make sure that the roads stay decent.
Cities and counties are responsible for roads. States.
Therefore, if you are attempting to operate a private vehicle or private vessel on a public in a public space, you are now bound to honor and fall under purview of said public space.
And see,
Like,
and here's the thing.
I can't go out into the middle of the street, right? Or out into the middle of a field in a neighborhood and just start yelling and firing off a gun or shooting off fireworks or whatnot, because that is a public space. You are disturbing the peace.
It is against the law of the land.
Right.
And see, here's the thing. Here's what really bugs me about it is they're like, I'm operating a vessel or da 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 da. See, here's the thing about that list of things you said that they could travel on. Horse and buggy, they still have to follow the rules of the road.
Oh, no. I didn't say horse and buggy. I said horse.
Horseback, too. You actually have to follow traffic laws.
No.
You have to stop at stop signs still. You still have to follow traffic lights.
Okay, well, then look at it this way. You want to travel, you want to go ahead and travel? Stick to grass and dirt and forest and whatnot. Good luck going through some of these areas, though, because especially if they have no trespassing signs, especially down south, because they're more liable to shoot you than to talk with you.
And seeing that's the same thing for
especially in the Smoky Mountains. Oh boy,
that's the same thing for bicycles and scooters and
Smoky Mountain
everything
area.
else.
Smoky Mountain area in some parts of Pennsylvania, where there's people who are doing moonshine, they will definitely shoot you before anything
Shoot first,
else.
ask questions later. And see, the thing is like even with traveling, no matter what vessel you use, whether it's leg-powered, horse-powered, or quite literally horsepower, you still have laws that you have to follow. You still have traffic laws you have to follow. And in some states, like Colorado, it is actually illegal to ride your bicycle on the sidewalk in Denver.
Yeah.
In Denver proper.
Because technically it's a motorized vehicle. You are powering a motor, which is the gears, with your legs.
And you have to ride in the bike lane or in the slow lane of traffic.
Yeah.
And guess what? You still have to follow the laws. Like driving or riding your bicycle or scooter or whatever at night. You have to have reflective gear or lights or both.
You have to have both.
But it's just like...
It's just like a cell phone. Some of these people, they get arrested. I have a right to a phone call. No. Here's the thing.
They have to give you a phone call within the first 24 hours.
No. Here's the thing. You are not owed or guaranteed a phone call. You could go ahead and get arrested and sit there until you are at your bond hearing. And then they reach out to someone to see if they want to bond you out. You are not owed, or you don't have a right to a phone call at all. You have the right to talk to an attorney.
Yep.
But you do not have the right to a phone call.
And here's where I'll correct you on that.
No, hang on.
Like there are certain states.
I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. You are not owed a phone call. That is dependent upon the jail on whether or not you have the privilege of using the phone or not. The whole right to a phone call thing comes from Hollywood.
And see, the thing is, in in most cases, and this is depending on your behavior, they still say you're guaranteed a phone call within 24 hours. But they have a full 24 hours to give that to you. But the thing is, if you're going to act a fool, that'll go right out the fucking window because it's a privilege. You're not, like he said, you're not guaranteed it, but 99.99% of the time, you'll get a phone call within 24 hours.
If you're not a dumbass.
If you're not being a jerk. Guarantee you, if you fight a cop, though, you ain't getting shit. Except for what's listed in your rights.
Actually, you know what you'll get? You'll get a room with a door that locks.
3 hots and a cot. That's all you're guaranteed when you go to jail.
But all right, let's go ahead and close the circle a little bit.
Close the circle of in public. Okay, so what's
so like personal things, right?
Okay.
What are my biggest pet peeves?
Shoes on the bed.
You and I have had this discussion many a time.
Shoes on the bed.
Being interrupted.
Yes.
I hate being interrupted so badly because for me, what being interrupted tells me is that you don't value what I'm saying. So why should I even bother continuing? And half the time when, we could be having a conversation about something and you interrupt me, what do?
You stop and then ask, can I continue?
Or
you just keep talking.
Or more often than not, I just sit there and I stare at you in silence.
See, the funny thing is if I'm being interrupted and it's for something that is A, vitally important, or B, it's something that's, I remember what I was going to say. That stuff, because let's face it, our memory isn't what it used to be.
I can understand that.
I can understand.
Right. And like when you talk with Shell, she's huge. She does it all the time, and that's why I don't talk to Shell very often. It's because she interrupts.
She's so funny, though. I love her.
Anyways.
Anyway. But yeah, like personal-wise, a pet peeve of mine is just barging in. Like, we have our door closed. 99% of the time it's open, like especially if we know that something's going on or we're eating dinner or something like that. It's when it's closed, though, don't just open our door and barge in. Knock.
Yeah.
Because what's going to end up happening is I'm going to start locking the door. I don't give a shit who it is. Like, if I have the door closed and you're in the bathroom and I'm dealing with something right behind the door, I've been hit with the door before.
Yeah.
You've been hit with the door before.
Uh-huh.
So if you leave the room and you leave the door open and you come back and you find it closed, there's probably a reason. Either A, I'm changing, B, I'm dealing with something behind the door, or C, I'm trying to deal with something pretty close to the door and I really don't want to be interrupted by cats.
So here's my thing: if I leave a room and I leave the door open and I come back and it's closed, I will typically I don't open the door like I normally do, but I will open the door slow, poke my head, or see if I can't see you. If I can, then I open up the door. If I can't, I'll go ahead and I'll open up a little bit further to poke my head around the corner, and then I'll see you.
And I mean, and see, the thing is like, we expect that from our children. And they're actually pretty good about it now. They did not used to be. But, like, we even give that same respect to our kids.
Yeah.
If say our son is in the shower, we knock on the door and say, hey, I need to use the restroom. Can I come in? And he'll say, hold on, I'm just getting out. Or, yeah, go ahead. Or whatever the case may be.
I try to leave people alone when they're in the shower.
Or, like, if our daughter is in her room and typically she'll keep her door open unless she's watching something that's loud or dealing with rearranging stuff or cleaning or whatever. And then she'll close her door, especially if she's moving things around in there, because she's famous for that. We love her, but she rearranges her room more than most people do their entire life.
Yeah.
But we even give that same respect to our children. Like, if you have your door closed, we're gonna knock because that's all we need is to walk in and they're indisposed, or like changing, or there's something behind the door, or she's behind the door, or he's behind it. It's like it's a two-way street on that.
It's a courtesy thing.
Yes.
My next one is like, this is dumb, and I recognize that as dumb, but for some reason it sets me off, and I don't know why. If you are done grabbing something out of a cabinet, close the damn cabinet. You do it often enough that it's become a thing, and it's like, I'll go ahead and I'll shout like, "Hey, cabinet," and you're just like, "Sorry," or I had just got done grabbing something. Okay, close it. It's like it's for me, I guess closing the cabinet is like the same as are you done playing with that toy? Cool, put it away.
See, my thing is like if I'm actively in and out of that same cabinet, like if I'm grabbing plates for dinner and I don't want to sit them on the counter because I've got a lot of stuff on the counter because I'm doing a bigger meal or whatever, I'll leave that cabinet open so I can grab a plate.
And when I say something to you, you're like, I'm not done in there, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if you go ahead and you grab something, right?
And I leave it open.
And you leave it open and you walk away.
Let me tell you a little secret. I do that just to make you mad. Just to get you to say something's fun.
You are small enough that if you continue this, I won't stick you on top of the fridge.
That's all right. I'll have a friend up there.
Put you on top of the fridge.
I have a friend up there. We're good.
No, you are going to be up on the fridge, and I will take your friend away from you.
No. You're going to have to take several friends.
That's fine.
Because we've got Aldo up there, and then we've got all the liquor up there.
That's fine.
I have lots of friends on top of the fridge.
I will leave you in solitude on top of the fridge.
And then I'll climb down.
Yeah, okay. You'll go to climb down, slip, and then crack your head on the island.
Nah.
What's another one for you?
This was more so when I was with the ex. Dropping clothing as soon as you're walking in the door. Like you're actively taking your shoes off or socks off or coat off and just dropping it where it no. We have places for it. Put your coat where the coats go.
No.
Put your shoes in one spot because you're going to be the first person to bitch when you can't find your shoes.
Yeah.
Put your dirty ass fucking clothes, especially your nasty ass socks, in the fucking laundry basket.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be the one to bitch about not having socks or not having clean clothes, especially when you don't wash the laundry. You barely wash yourself.
See, that is why I wait until I get in here into our room to start undressing.
I take my coat off, my keys, and my wallet out.
Minus the coat. I will put my coat out in the living room area because I'm going to have to walk by there.
Anyway.
The next time I leave, might as well put my coat out there.
That and the fact that we're too damn lazy to walk in here and put a couple things down and then walk back out there, take our coat off. The only time I ever do that is if my arms are full.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring the stuff in here that I'm going to have to bring in here anyway, and then go out there, take my coat off, my wallet, my keys, whatever, out and put them where they go. And then I'll come in here and finish and put away or move the stuff that I dropped on the bed, like backpack
now,
or whatever.
What I will say is I do have a habit of the only article of clothing that I will not stick in the dirty laundry, into the laundry basket,
is
9 times out of 10 are my pants.
Yeah.
Because they are too dirty to be put up. They're too clean to be put in a hamper. That's why my pants go on the floor. Yeah.
I think we need to find a better place for like the stuff we're going to rewear, like our work pants or our work shirt.
We have one of those places.
Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to have one of those places. And it's currently full.
Yeah. What is in that basket?
Sheets.
That's right. Okay.
The fitted sheets that you don't want to fold.
Oh, you should see what I did to the sheets that I washed.
Anyways.
I rolled them up into a ball all together and shoved them in the bottom of the closet because I fucking hate folding sheets.
Yeah.
Whether they're fitted sheets or flat sheets or even pillowcases, I will fold the pillowcases in fourths, toss them in the closet, I will roll the sheets up and fucking toss them in the closet too. What I need to start doing is taking one of the pillowcases like sets and putting the sheet and the fitted
putting all
sheet
the sets in a pillowcase.
Yeah, doing that because that would be a lot smarter. One of the things we need to get better at, and this is what much as I do, is changing our sheet.
Oh yeah,
our fitted sheet especially.
Oh, yeah. Another thing that irritates me.
Okay.
Personal thing. If there's something on the floor, pick it up.
Step on it and walk over it. Which we've both done because we're just too fucking tired to deal with it or something. Yeah.
I will fully admit, like, there are times where it's like there's something on the floor and it's in the walkway and I'm just like, I am either in a rush or I am hurting or something and I just don't want to pick it up, right? I'll
pick things up with my toes and that annoys you too.
That doesn't really annoy me. It's just like,
kind of grosses you out.
Don't try to hand it to me.
I do that with pens.
Don't try to hand me whatever you picked up with your damn monkey toes. You grab it with your hands and then hand that to me with your hand, not your foot.
Oh, I do it all the time with my feet, and it's funny.
I know.
Just to see the look on your face.
It's gross.
Ew. He hesitatingly takes it out of my foot and with that grimace look on his face, like, ew, you touched it with your toes. Anyway.
I think we need to expand this a little bit. Or go a little more pointed than what we have been.
Okay.
Because first part of that was just like general.
Mm-hmm.
Second part of that was like general for like an enclosed area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do one. The last part of this I want to do is targeted.
Work.
At one pinpoint location. A workplace. What is one of your biggest workplace pet peeves?
Not holding people to the same standards.
I will agree with that. Double standards suck, just in general.
People not following what you tell them, and then they cause something to happen, and then you're the one that gets yelled at like you didn't fucking tell that person 1,000,000 times to stay by the fucking door.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Like, one of my biggest ones is...
Or put your cell phone away.
One of my biggest ones is you are being paid to do a job. You're getting paid to flip a burger or to sell auto parts or to drive from point A to point B.
Security.
Or to stand against the door because somebody's trying to get out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're being paid to do a job, do your damn job. You may not like it. It may not be what you want to do in the long run.
You may not understand why you're being asked to do things a certain way.
However, you're there to follow an order and to do a job. Do your damn job.
Yeah.
Like, I am so sick and tired of seeing people, and whether it's at places that I used to work at, or I've gone to visit friends, or I've listened to friends or family go ahead and bring this, complain to me about it. I am so sick and tired of hearing people talk about, like, well, I was supposed to do this today, but because this jackwagon they decided that they weren't going to do anything, I had to do my job and their job. Like, fucking if you're there to if you're there to get paid,
it's the whole self-accountability thing.
If you're getting paid to do something, fucking do it. Otherwise, take your little happy ass, turn around, and fucking leave. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to put up with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And if you go ahead and you continue to open your mouth to me and want to bitch and complain about how your job is so difficult or how your job is bullshit.
To keep myself. I was trying to solve my boredom or trying to stay awake. Well, there's other things you can do to stay awake or keep yourself occupied that doesn't involve your fucking cell phone.
If you're going to complain about how your job is too boring or your job is bullshit or this, that, and the other thing, then my foot is going to find its way up your ass. Like,
I'm just tired of getting yelled at for other people's stupidity. The other night at work when we had somebody try to elope.
Don't mention any names.
I'm not going to. Had to had to have a conversation. I went to turn to say something to one of the nurses that asked me a question. No sooner I turned my back, the person that I told this told to stay up against the door because the patient was trying to elope and was a high risk for elopement. No sooner I turned to say something to the nurse, dude scoots away from the door and the patient gets out the door. Luckily, I was right there and blocked him from going any further. But seriously, and then I turned around and got yelled at because patient didn't stay in his room. Well, no shit, they didn't stay in their room. The other person didn't do what I asked, and that's exactly how I put it to the supervisor.
So for those who don't know, we work security for a hospital, and a lot of times our job is like making sure that the
Patient
grounds are
safety.
safe. Well, making sure grounds are safe. Making sure that everybody's okay, like nurses and staff. And every once in a while we have to watch somebody who is going through a mental health crisis, or they're struggling with an addiction, or they're just they're old and they don't like they have dementia or something like that. And so we have to make sure that they stay safe, and first and foremost, our first priority is the staff. Make sure that the nurses are safe. Make sure the doctors are safe, and the techs are safe.
We are safe.
Yeah, that's second. And then third is make sure that the patient is safe, right? And then we have some people who, they get brought in and they don't understand that we're just trying to help them. And so they lash out, And so we have to make sure that, they stay in a secure area, so that way they don't,
AKA the room.
so that way they don't go ahead and they don't hurt themselves and they don't hurt other patients. A hospital is a place of healing, not to listen to somebody scream about, the fucking
You're
dragons,
violating my rights.
the dragons that are guarding the refrigerator. Like,
No.
they don't want to hear that. They want to get better.
No.
You know.
And part of that is keeping the patient in their room. And
Yeah.
when people don't follow what you're trying to explain to them, especially seeming how you've been there, I've been there over a year now, and trying to explain to a newer staff member, hey, this patient is high risk for elopement, you need to stay by the door, because you're occupied doing other things, making sure the other patients are in their rooms, making sure nursing staff is taken care of your other duties, like me. Not really my duty, but I'm the only one that's trusted to do it, is cleaning the restraints.
Cleaning stuff, yeah.
Is deep cleaning the restraints. And when you're in the middle of that, I still have to keep an eye on the screen. I still have to keep an eye on the nursing staff. I still have to keep an eye on the patients. And when I have somebody else back there,
it makes it
help
easier.
me out.
It makes it easier because you're able to focus on one thing and they're able to focus on the other.
Seriously, how hard is it to stay in front of the door? I mean, you're on your damn cell phone. You might as well just stay by the door. Keep your foot there. They ain't going to get anywhere. You're bigger than I am. Seriously, stay by the door. When I tell you to stay by the door, stay by the door.
Yep.
It just irritates me that I turn around and get yelled at for the patient getting out of the room, and I'm just like, I told him to stay by the door.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to that double standard. It's like, I witnessed somebody. I got in trouble for allowing somebody to walk in, and I didn't check them. And I should have. I recognize that I should have checked them. Make sure they didn't have any knives. Make sure they didn't have anything that could, spark a fire, because the walls are full of oxygen. Any sort of spark, there's a chance.
Oxygen is not flammable. It's combustible.
There's a chance, that, explosion in that room. Like, nobody wants to run that risk, So, yeah, I should have checked them, right? And I recognize that.
Yeah, you realize your mistake. You learn from your mistake.
I figured that, that person had been in there before. I watched them go out to their car, watched them come back in, and was like, okay, they're fine. And I got in trouble for it, and I should have, right? But when I see somebody else do the same thing that I did, and they get nothing said to them about it.
Yep.
And it hasn't just
and they don't do it once, they do it repeatedly.
Like, why am I being said? Why do I have something said to me, but they don't? And they're doing the same thing. That's what irritates me. Like, I go to work. I go there to make sure the people are doing what they're supposed to. They're not doing what they're not supposed to, and get a paycheck for it, right? I'm not there to make friends, which if it does happen, great. Like one of my coworkers from my shift, love the guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, but I'm there to make sure that I'm there. I'm there to do my job. I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to make
That's just a bonus.
do other stuff. When I'm on the floor and I'm on the job,
On the clock.
the most that I'll do is I'll take one of my earbuds that I have and I'll pop music on, so that way but I'm still doing what I'm supposed to. And I only do that when I'm sitting back somewhere and I'm by myself to make sure that I don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Or
But your
I'll sit
eyes
there-
aren't on your phone.
Or I'll sit there and I'll sketch. I'll do the Mandela style drawings. But like I'll do a line and I'll look up and make sure everybody's doing something, and the lines take me like 2 seconds. Like do a line, look up, and I'm watching the screens for like 2 minutes. Do a line, look up. Like it takes a while for me to do any of these. Granted, I can crank them out, but still, I do something to keep my mind occupied. But
It doesn't involve staring at your phone for an hour.
I'm always on alert. My ears are always cocked. I'm always listening.
My head's on a swivel at all times.
Half the time I notice something before anybody else does. And it's because I'm constantly on the lookout. But when you have somebody who's sitting there and, like you said, they're on their phone all the time, their head is buried in their phone. It's like, what? No. If this is how you're going to be, go put your fucking phone up. Go put your phone up.
Oh, I straight told this same person that I told to stay by the door that I'm tired of seeing their damn cell phone, and if they don't want to follow policy, they can either clock out and go the fuck home, or they can put it away either in the office or in their fucking pocket, because I'm tired of seeing it out. And I got something said to me by the supervisor about not holding them accountable for that. And I was like, I'm just tired of fucking telling them, because it's in one ear and out the other. I'm not a supervisor. They're not going to listen to me. And they still don't listen to the supervisors when the supervisors tell them. And then even the supervisors are tired of telling them. And either A, they don't write them up, or B, it takes an act of God to get anything done about it.
Yeah. Like,
It just drives me nuts.
Stop making it so difficult to, like, don't sit there and be like, well, I'm going to write you up, and you get, like, an immediate write-up. And then be like, well, it's going to take a little bit longer, for this person to get wrote up. I got to jump through so many hoops. It's the same amount of hoops that you had to jump for me. You just don't want to do it.
And that's the thing.
For
is, like,
whatever reason.
And that's the thing. It's like, seriously, just hold people to the same standard. We're all doing the same job, and listen to those who've been there longer than you, that know the policy, that have been doing it for a lot longer, and trying to keep you from getting into trouble.
Or getting hurt.
It's like, seriously, just fucking listen.
You know what? I bet you any money they got kicked in the face and had their teeth broken. They would follow the policy real closely.
Yeah. And I mean, that chick, she saw a combative patient. That's why she's not back. She quit. Yeah. It's like, really?
I think that's a good spot to stop with that. But I do want to pivot from that, holding people accountable for everything.
Okay.
And we're going to pivot.
Legally?
Yes.
Yes.
So for those of you that aren't in the know, don't care, or out of the you guys don't reside inside the United States.
Yes.
The other day, the former president, Donald Trump, he was convicted of 34 felonies in regards to a hush money trial in the state of New York.
Yep.
And
he was convicted by a jury of his peers.
Yep. They deliberated it, and they talked about it. They found that there was
enough evidence to convict.
Sufficient evidence to say, hey, he's guilty for this one, And there are so many. There's a lot of people, a lot of Republicans, who are, well, this is a sham. We're going to take it up to the next. We're going to take this to the Supreme Court. Here's the problem with that, right?
Yeah.
There is no precedent to take it to the Supreme Court because it's not having to do with anything constitutionally. The Supreme Court exists to interpret laws or to check laws to make sure that they are constitutional, right? That's what the Supreme Court is for. They're not there to be like, hey, this person's not guilty of a crime. They're there to be like, hey, there was some sort of constitutional right that was taken away or prevented or whatever. We need to see if that is true or not.
And if it qualifies for the Supreme Court.
Exactly. But it goes into this whole thing that it's like we are now holding celebrities accountable.
We're just now starting to hold celebrities accountable
for their actions. I mean, look at Jesse Smalls. Went ahead and made a fake assault
accusation, like hate crime.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ended up finding out, nope, that's not true, and got thrown in jail. P. Diddy, you actually have the article right there.
Federal agents with U.S. Homeland Security raided two of the rapper P. Diddy's houses in Los Angeles and Miami on March 25th as he faces a string of varying accusations. He has strongly denied all the allegations against him. His attorneys have branded the lawsuits and their accusations as money grabs, baseless, or sickening. So it says entertainer has not been formally charged or accused by federal prosecutors of any crime. But the thing is it all started May 17th with surveillance footage at a hotel in L.A. From March of 2016. It showed P. Diddy chasing his then-girlfriend down the hallway before attacking her by the elevators and then attempting to drag her back to his hotel room. The following day, he shared an apology on Instagram, so the 18th of May, saying that it was inexcusable and he took full responsibility for his actions in the video. So, and then after that, all kinds of allegations started coming out. November 16th, 2023. So this was 2023, the May 17th, May 18th area.
Right.
Filed on the New York Adult Survivors Act just before it expired. This act offered a 1-year window for adult victims of sexual assault to come forward with civil claims regardless of the statute of limitations. So the girlfriend filed a lawsuit in 2023 alleging she was trafficked, raped, and beaten by P. Diddy on many occasions over a 10-year period. It also claimed that he brought her into his ostentatious, fast-paced and drug-fueled lifestyle not long after she met him and signed to his label in 2005 when she was just 19 and he was 37. The pattern of abuse began as their relationship started, and as she was trying to end it in 2018, he forced himself into her LA home and raped her. And
so it's a lot of the charges that are being brought up against him are assault of varying degrees.
Trafficking.
Okay.
Yeah. And see, the thing is like, then he turns around and he's like, well, money is going to make it all go away. And they resolved the matter amicably, basically.
He paid her off.
He paid her off in a settlement. It says, in no way is this a mission of wrongdoing. Bullshit. You did wrong. You paid her off so you didn't have to go to jail for it.
Yeah.
Seriously. That's exactly what rich-ass fucking people do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If I throw enough money at it, it'll go away, and then nothing ever gets said ever again.
And see, that's the thing is, like, during that year, during that period where they had a year to file as an adult, regardless of the statute of limitations, more than 2,500 cases were filed under that act before its expiration, November 23rd, 2023. Survivors brought lawsuits against some of the state's most powerful men, including major players in entertainment such as Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, Axl Rose, P. Diddy, the former president. Like,
yeah,
you're talking a very huge slew of different different things. I mean, it even touches on a lawsuit against 50 Cent, his former girlfriend and the mother of one of his children, saying that she was forced into sex work for 50 Cent. Like, it goes as far as people saying that they're holding sex trafficking parties. P. Diddy was accused of holding sex trafficking parties where underage women were, and illegal drugs, and label executives looking the other way financially so that these people could have access to stars, royalty. Like,
I mean, Jeffrey Epstein, had a lot to deal.
He didn't kill himself, by the way.
Had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He had a list of people that he kept under his thumb like that.
Here's the thing. If he
it's
was
a
gonna go down,
CYA thing.
if he was going to go down, he was taking everybody else with him.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is like these celebrities, rich people, they all have a little black book of people that have done wrong with them, so that if they go down, they can slew out a whole bunch of names like a little fucking snitch. And that's how Jeffrey Epstein died.
I mean, look at Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Like, dude was getting ready to go to jail for RICO charges, and was like, you know what? I'll make you a deal. I'll snitch out everybody.
Yeah.
And dude got a ton of death threats, and it's just like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, they don't want their shit being put on blast.
That old saying of snitches get stitches, or get buried in ditches. That's the thing, is like, people will make sure that their secrets stay safe, regardless of how it makes them look, or regardless if they don't want to go to jail for, say, sex trafficking or raping underage girls or boys or whatever, and you're about to snitch their ass out, you're going to find yourself dead and buried, and they'll gladly go to jail for murder just to keep the rest of their secrets safe.
Yeah. But I'm glad that we are finally getting to a point where
we're holding rich people accountable.
Celebrities accountable. You know, we're holding these people who have the money and they have power accountable for their actions.
And then more women are coming forward against P. Diddy too, like 2 more in New York alone, saying that he sexually assaulted them.
Yeah.
It's like saying that he was raping them in 90 and 91 after a meeting at MCA Records, or like, seriously, offering underage girls drinks and then assaulting them, and like couch parties. What are they called?
Casting couch?
Casting couch, yeah. It's like,
I
seriously.
Get it. You know, and we are finally getting to a point where everyone needs to be held accountable, regardless. Like, it shouldn't matter how much money you make or what you're known for, or, you know, this, that, and the other thing, right? If you fuck up,
you should be held accountable.
Because God forbid you and I fuck up,
we're going to be held accountable
for that.
See, the thing is, and here's the caveat to that. Here's the other side to that. Say I accuse you of rape or sexual assault or assault, and it's not true. My ass should go to jail for the time that you would have gone to jail for that.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if you're going to make false accusations, you deserve the punishment that they would have gotten if they would have actually done it.
Because by having a false allegation, no matter if they are found innocent, no matter if they are, like, it doesn't even go to court, there's not enough evidence for it, but you make enough noise, that person's life is forever changed. And the reputation is tarnished.
Yep.
And it's not for the good that it's changed. Because they're going to get looked at by anybody who's coming across them and be like, oh, this person did this. Like, I'm just using this as an example only because he was found not guilty. Look at OJ.
Yeah.
Was found not guilty of murdering his ex-wife and
her
the other guy,
boyfriend.
But everyone for years was like, dude killed them. You know, the whole innocent till proven guilty
goes
mantra,
out the window.
It doesn't exist.
Nope.
Like we
guilty until proven innocent.
We love to tote that we are fair and we are just and we do this and we do that and nobody else does and yada yada this and yada yada that. The unfortunate part is we don't.
It's guilty until proven innocent, and that's the sad part.
Like, you can be sitting there driving,
and even if you are proven innocent, you're still screwed.
Yeah, you can be driving down the road, car ahead of you is somebody's smoking weed out of there. cop pulls you over because, something's going on. You forgot to put your turn signal on or whatnot. And they're like, why do I smell marijuana in the car? But I don't know. I don't have any marijuana. Well, that gives me the right to search your car. Do you consent to that? You either say, yeah, and then whatever you have in your car is open for everyone to see, or you say no, and they're like, well, then we're
going to detain you.
We're going to detain you,
anyway.
and we're going to do it anyways because we have probable cause. And then they don't find anything anyways, and then they leave it a mess. Like, they don't put it back.
No, they don't.
We were watching, what was it? To Catch a Smuggler.
Yep.
And there were some people who were coming in from another country, and they got selected by TSA to have their bags gone through.
Yep.
And TSA went ahead and emptied out their bags, and then
said, okay, you can clean it up now.
you can put it away now. You know how long it took me to put all that shit in there?
I'm gonna miss my damn flight.
That's why.
And it's wonder why people get pissed off.
That's why when I travel, I carry a backpack.
Light.
Because I can fit everything I want into my backpack. Yep. And it's nice and simple.
That's like when we went on that plane ride, we had backpacks for the most part. It's like
we had my sea bag.
Yeah.
We had one duffel, but the rest of everything,
because
you had a backpack and I had a backpack.
Yep, for our carry-on stuff, but we carried both of our clothes and the other stuff, our shoes or bathing suits and stuff, in the sea bag because that left one bag for us to worry about. And then the kids had their backpacks for their carry-on stuff, and we had our backpacks. It's like we weren't. And as a matter of fact, I think we had one backpack between the two of us because we had a big enough backpack.
I had my backpack.
Yeah.
And I carried the sea bag, and you made sure that the kids had theirs. And you were in charge of the kids, and I was in charge of the bags. Yep.
And that's the thing is, like, that's why we travel light, so to speak. But it's just like.
But, like, I am glad. Moral of that part, long story short for that part, is I am glad that we are finally holding people accountable for their actions. Other people may not agree with that. Well, this person shouldn't have been this in the first place.
It shouldn't have been brought up because that was so far in the past.
Obviously, it was an issue. So, and somebody found enough of a legality to make it an issue. So, because it was an issue, do this. If it was a rival of the person that you like or follow, whatnot, you would have no problem stringing that person up by their toes, being like, "Look what this person's doing. Look what this person's doing." So why can we not do that to the person that you like, that you approve of, that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that we're holding people accountable for messing up or doing something they ain't supposed to, or this, that, and the other thing, right? It's nice to see that we are finally shifting our thought processes to not deify celebrities or people that have money or power to the point where they can do no wrong, and now they done fucked up. I'm glad to see that. It makes me believe that there is the potential for equality somewhere in our near future. But I think that's a good spot to call it at. It's a nice little stopping point, for coming back. So thank y'all so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. If you are listening to us on Spotify and you want to show Spotify that, hey, we like what we're hearing, we want to hear more, go ahead and hit the download button. It really does help us out. It lets Spotify know that you want to hear more. That gets back to us, and then we do more. We make longer shows, or we do more, an extra show here or there. Haven't gotten to that point yet, but we're working on it. I got a special one in mind as a not so regularly scheduled program, type of show. It is a little niche, I will fully admit. It's, has to do with wrestling, but some really cool stuff going on in the wrestling world. If you, we do have a link in the description if you want to donate to the show. You don't have to. It helps. it's one of those things again that it shows that you enjoy the show and you want to help support us. Anything that gets donated, we go ahead and we put right back into the show. So that way we can make it bigger, we can make it better, and we can make it, a more
fun.
Yeah, we can make it more fun.
We have more fun with it.
But as always, thank y'all so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to love each other. And as always,
don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Okay, bye.
Bye.